All right, we're in studio now with Bam Marley, and really what it comes down for me, I want to know a little bit how you got involved with the whole Juneteenth with the LA Galaxy, and to be quite frank, I think I got... That's yours?
Yeah,
That's yours,
yeah.
right?
We got something going. So it's not that long of a story, but it's kind of lengthy still. So a few years back, I performed at the stadium. It wasn't for a Juneteenth event, it was for some other event I performed, and Tamala, who works with Galaxy, she booked me for a show. So I performed that show, which, it was, I want to say like 2017 probably. Okay. So it was a while back. But before that, I was always trying to get involved because I was trying to do some things in the community with the club and just like with people that I knew who didn't really play ball that much and wanted to learn, or like, it would just be like, I'm in Leimert Park and I'm in like certain areas where it's just like, black families who don't know that sport. So I got a lot of friends who just like, bro, you play football every day, like, can I come play with you? And I'll be like, yeah, come through. They'll come through with like American football cleats. You know what I mean? I got some, they'll be like, I got some cleats.
Yeah.
Come through with the cleats, but it's just like, people wanted to know the vibe. So I was just like, yo, how can I make this like impactful, and how can I get involved with something that I grew up with, just knowing about, like teams like Cosmos, just knowing about like MLS from a long time, and just my love for football, and wanting to do it with the team that like first was here, So it started from like my want to do that, and then like Tamala ended up reaching out. I performed and just kept the relationship over the years. But yeah, I mean, right now it's kind of the resurgence of just really taking that relationship to the level where we can actually start doing some things, for communities and for better initiatives.
Yeah, I think that's so important. One thing hits me in what you said is when you go into those, as we call it now, the underserved communities, there's so many people there that are still, which is interesting to me, still want to know about the game because they're just not exposed to it.
Right.
Right. So how do you think you can help that? To just kind of bridge that gap, because like you said, kids are bringing out football cleats, maybe just some tennis shoes, something, not really knowing what to do.
Yeah. So I think for me, it's a part of obviously looking like them. That's one. We listen to the same things. My difference is my culture is a bit different because I'm from Jamaica. I was raised on this game. It's a part of my life from when I was a kid. And so it's just them also not really understanding what that is like, because it's like, for them, it's like, bro, you don't play like football? You don't play basketball? No, I play football. What you mean you play football? I'm like, no, I play football. I'm like, y'all throwing things with your hands. Like, this is, I play football. And then it's just that relationship to where they realize like, yo, like, this is actually dope. Like, oh, y'all fast? Or, oh, y'all strong? Like, oh shit, like, oh, y'all make bread?
Yeah.
And then it changes their perspective, because they just obviously don't know, and they think, I don't even know if they think it's a European thing only. They don't even know about it. They don't know that it's happening over there. They don't know about Premier League. They don't know about any of that, you know what I mean? They just see you doing it and just are interested in to know, like, how did you get involved with that if you're from America?
Yeah.
And then when they learn, like, no, oh, he's Jamaican. Like, even when I go out there and play like at Mar Vista or any other parks, and I'm playing with mostly, Latinos and a few Africans, but when they see me playing, they think I'm Brazilian.
Okay.
Like, oh, from Brazil? No, Jamaica, but I grew up on Brazilian football. So style-wise, I play with music. I it's kind of like a dance for me. So it's just like that. And I think what I can do is just bring it to my people more, and underprivileged communities more, and just help them find another way out, because obviously all these other sports are super saturated. It's hard to get into them, and football is everywhere, all different levels. You can play at some degree. You can play and stay out of the streets, and give yourself some good quality life. Healthy, fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Touching on that, tell me if you agree. I look at the sport, and everyone always talks to me about like, oh, yeah, soccer's okay, but you know what? If soccer will only be good if we get the athletes in it. If we had LeBron playing soccer, or if we had that argument. I always go, you know what? that's not always the case. You know, you just got to be, good at sport, because you know what? Shaq. I'm not sure Shaq would have been a great soccer player. You know, I mean, let's be honest.
No,
He's good
yeah.
at what he is.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just about exposing those kids to a variety. Not saying, okay, we'll get rid of those, but exposing them to a new sport that will open up an opportunity for so many different kids, in that community. You talked about being Jamaican, of course, and your family into the game. I mean, I can attest that your family played soccer, right?
Yeah,
I
know that. I know that.
I don't think all the people over here know a whole lot about it, but I was at your family, at your grandfather's house, back in the day, played with your dad and played with your uncle, played some soccer in the streets in Jamaica.
Yeah, what streets?
It was right outside the house.
Talk to me.
We went to a local park.
Talk to me real quick. Who's this?
Oh, you got face in it, huh?
Who's this?
Look at that! Oh my God! So, were you there?
Yeah.
Were you there
wait,
too?
Wait.
Okay.
What you want to see?
See, this is awesome, but it's also aging me.
That's me and you right there.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you stole my ball.
I'll see if I can get it back to you, dude.
That's me and you right there.
That is awesome.
And then this is when you went to the museum
Yeah.
on the tour. And then
I can't believe you have these. I've been looking.
Bro, I have all of them actually.
You have all of this?
Yeah.
I've been looking for.
This juggling
they
this. That
filmed
one's
a
clean.
special. Oh yeah.
That one's clean. You like that one?
Yeah, I like that. That's what I was fit.
Yeah, he looked at the abs and said, "Oh yeah,
I can see some abs over there. There's actually there's like an 8-pack going on." I'm like, all right, I like that one.
No, yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I have all of these, bro. We can get you some copies. For
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. I gotta say, this is amazing.
Yeah, and so yeah, you and my old man, and one of them. Yeah, this is you and him. That's you, him.
And this was so much fun too.
Yeah, but
and
tell me what. Yeah. So tell me about that. What was that going on like?
This was a.
That's in there. Yeah, the museum. Yeah.
So this was all part of before. I think it was before the World Cup. Just part of the experiences as ESPN was doing a special.
Okay.
And Ziggy and Ziggy especially, obviously heavily into. Football, soccer, whichever way you want to call it. And we had a game down there before, like one of the qualifiers or stuff like that. And I don't know if I can say, well, yeah, Adidas, so they're probably happy with this. Adidas put this together, this whole event together, and we just went over there. We went by the house, stayed at the house for a bit, and just had a pickup match with the local kids, which was probably the best thing ever. And they have that special somewhere in our archives. I haven't seen it in forever. It did come out like right before the Cup.
I was too young. I wouldn't even never seen it.
Yeah, you probably back then it was so long ago, and it was probably one of the best things I can look back on in my career. You always have moments, and that was one of those moments. I can still remember the producer. Ronnie Krinsel was part of it. Maura Matt. All these people making sure that it happened. And we had a great time, and from that, I ended up meeting your dad and your uncle quite a few times at various events and stuff where I would go to some of the shows and all these different types of interactions and stuff. Yeah, so it's
no, it's actually insane, man.
I can't believe I mean, how old were you in that picture?
Bro, I was like 6.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, no, you look good. Don't worry.
He knows it's an aging thing. I'm like, dude,
no, I was like 6. So how old were you though? You look like you was like 20 something. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like 23, 24 back then. Yeah. Jeez. It's a long time ago, but good times.
I remember that they have so many pictures from it. There's one there's like a group photo, and you have your shirt on, but it was like everyone after the match, like that after match photo vibes. Yeah, I have all of them though. I'll send you a batch.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to exchange information.
No, because that's history, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me, whenever anybody asks me anything and I pull these out, I'm like, guys, we've been doing this for a while. Yeah. Like I show my friends, and they're like, yo, what? I was like, yeah, man, he came to Jamaica. Yo, really? It's like people, they don't, like you played in Trenchtown, bro, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's not many people
in the streets of Trenchtown, not in the stadium or anything like that. Just hanging out with the local community and doing it. Even back then. I'd say that's what we're trying to hit now, right? I mean, you look at it. It's just it doesn't have to be in the stadium. It doesn't have to be totally organized, and that's what I loved about that. It was just like, oh, we showed up and said, hey, let's get a game.
Yeah.
And everyone just came out and played.
Yeah, flooded
You know?
it. Yeah, man. That's the energy right there we're trying to have here, where it's like, you know, that everyone can get involved, you know?
Yeah.
Skill level don't matter. You want to usually we put, if you don't have skills, play defense.
Yeah. you're in the
Go in
back.
the goal.
Yeah, go.
But it's all good. Just, you can still play, you know? But yeah, man, that's the energy, you know? And it's kind of like, that's the vibe we want to bring. And we want to show it in that way where it is from, you know, like I spoke on this one thing I did with Adidas and Jamaica, where it's like, it is from the dirt, you know? It is from, that's just how it is. It's something you can do at all levels. You don't need much. You just need like 2 pairs of shoes, you make goal. You know what I mean?
That's it.
If you have a ball, you have a ball. If you don't have a ball, you have any type of ball. We used to play with tennis ball. Like, it no matter the size, like, we're playing the game. And so, yeah, it's just that love for it, that passion that, you know, it brings you outside at all times. And yeah, getting kids outside and not having it have to be super organized or put together by a park is necessary, because you used to be able to just tell your friends, yo, you wanna come play some ball? Like, we're gonna go play ball. Everyone shows up.
Jeez, might get myself in trouble on this, but like, maybe it's a little complaint, but how often do you see now, like you mentioned it, you used to be able to just go to a park. I mean, now you go to a school, there's fences around the school.
Yeah.
You know, you go to a park, no soccer allowed here. You tear up the field, you know, everything is so just like, you can't. So it's like, how do kids have that time?
Yeah, man, it's definitely difficult, because even for myself, I jump the fences to go practice in the morning. You know, you have to jump, but then someone's coming to kick you out and whatever. But it's like, there's goals. The goals are there.
Yeah.
Why can't I play ball? You know what I mean? And then, so I think around that, it's just that thing where you make it free. Like, freedom is a part of football. You know what I mean? And we speak about this on all aspects all around the world, where, you know, a lot of football has to do with the freedom of it, of you being able to say, oh, we could just go over here. There's some grass. There's concrete. There's some dirt. Like, we could play ball.
Expression.
And that shouldn't be taken away, because that then turns it into consumerism a bit too much. Where it's like, oh, so we have to pay to come to your park and play the game, okay?
Yeah.
Then you start charging your friends to come play. Cause you know, I play on a Saturday game where they're charging you just, just to come play pickup, you know?
Crazy.
And because they have to pay the park. And so it's like, it's different still, and it's definitely not like when you go to Europe. Like, I know, like, I've seen in Europe, just like walking along the road and you just see like pitches or the small, like, it's outdoor but it's like indoor style, you know, where it's the smaller goals. Kind of like what they've built at the stadium now, where it's just like, but you used to see a lot of those around just there, just like,
just ready to play.
Yeah, just ready for kids to just go on there, and it's not that much here, like.
So you pay to go play pickup.
Pay.
All
right, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Pay for pickup matches.
If they see this, so I just go and I say, yo guys, I'm gonna play, and I rarely Venmo. I mean, I just been like, yo guys, come on, bro. Like, this is mad, bro. But my friends be paying, so it's like, they be like, bro, I paid for your school, cause it's something that I don't agree with to the core, where it's like, come on guys, we just balling, like, the park is open. But you know, and then you have that one park I play at where you have to wear, like, they don't even want you to wear turf, like, with any type of cleat to it. It's like you have to wear flat futsal type shoes.
Oh, they don't even want the little, like,
not even because
because
the feet don't want to rip up the field or whatever. So
I mean, it's still, I mean, so going back to what we talked about, like bringing it to like the inner cities and bringing it to underserved communities. If you have situations like this, it's practically impossible for them to play.
Yeah.
I mean, how many different pairs of shoes are you supposed to have?
Right.
I mean, and shoes aren't like, you know, my parents, oh, there's $20 shoes, you know, it's
different.
$150, you know, for a pair of shoes. And if you have to have flats, if you have to have turf, little nub shoes,
you have
regular cleat shoes, and then if you have to have studs, this becomes, and we start talking about the pay-to-play system. You know, it starts getting.
That's what it is. Pay-to-play system is going on crazy.
No,
you know, and I think for, you know, as being Jamaican and someone that I grew up playing in Jamaica mostly, like through my youth and stuff, it's like, I feel like to allow the sport to grow naturally here, some of those things have to just get wiped out of the system of it. It's like, it shouldn't be felt as, oh, only kids who go to private school play soccer, or
Right.
only, you know what I mean? Because for a lot of the time, like when I was in Miami, that's what it was, where the public school soccer program was like nothing, but then you have the private school programs, and those programs were actually, you know, where kids are getting to like play on travel team and do different things.
Yeah, that's
so
the elite level.
yeah, it's like, so it's a part of that, and that puts something into the mind of you know, the young youth. It's like trying to play ball, but realizing like, oh, we don't have money, maybe this is not for me. And so that's the
that's
problem.
gotta go.
Yeah,
That's gotta go.
yeah.
So tell me, you helped design the shirt,
Right.
or is this your total design?
No, I helped design it. It's a collaboration with a friend of mine from South Africa. Her name is Snalo. She's an amazing artist, and we've been working on a few projects, a few different art pieces.
Is this part of it?
Yeah. So that's on the back of that shirt.
Here we go.
So she's you know, she does oil painting and things. So basically, I conceptualize it. I tell her exactly what it is I'm looking for on there, and then we just think about the colors, and you know, we just vibe on it, and then she'll send ideas, and I'll be like, all right, let's put this here, let's put that there, let's get a trophy, let's do different things. And you know, this piece right here is one of her specialties, where she has the eyes coming out, so that's kind of her signature thing. So I was like, make sure you put your signature piece in.
Nice.
And you know, it's just a full collaboration though, but it's easy flowing, because it's just like, we just speak on what we're looking to see, and then she'll send me some vibes, and sometimes I sketch and send it off to her, but for this one we kind of just ran it up like that. Just a few FaceTime calls and we got it together.
I like that. I see. Well, I gotta say this. I like the LA, of course.
Yeah, the LA
You know, the
fine.
galaxy in
Yeah.
there. See the Marley name, you know, in there. You both of your names here. Is this a testament to the World Cup trophy, or just similar to it?
That's no, it's super similar. I mean, so the vibe was to have it feel like, there's a picture of Pele when he's on someone's shoulders after winning. I don't know if you know that.
Oh
face.
yeah.
So-
Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
one.
so it's to have it feel like victory, you know, to have
Okay.
the people who are coming in and getting this poster, or being a part of the environment, to know that they're coming into a winning environment. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Something to be proud of, be happy about, and you know, it's for everybody.
Yeah. I like that. So with this, the shirt, obviously we gotta talk. We're in your studio, you know, right
Right.
now. Tell me about all this. No, like tell me about your music and what you're
Yeah,
doing now.
no, so I've been in here, I've actually made one whole project in here where we literally didn't leave for 12 days. We just stayed here the whole time. Me and my engineer at that point. And pretty much, you know, equipment wise, since today is so digital, we don't really need all of these like boards that you're seeing. The tube tech is running the microphone. We're not using that today. But most of everything is connected through one interface that connects to the speakers.
Okay.
And this controls which speakers we go through. You just press that and switch through the speakers. And
Okay, wait a second.
you just run it through.
You said everything's more tech now, so you don't need a lot of this stuff. So when I see on like videos and stuff where they have those boards that are like,
oh man, it depends. So it
Yeah,
depends.
you know?
If they're recording live music, if
Yeah.
it's and especially type of music, right? So if it's like, if we're doing live rock band type of stuff, or anything that's playing live, anyone that's doing live,
Yeah.
you're gonna run it through the mixing board, because you want to patch all the channels, and that's just the best way to do it live.
Okay.
So I've recorded like that as well. When I come here, it's like, if I'm just doing like a mix in Pro Tools, which is the same layout as the mixing board. You know, you have the same system, but the mixing board is so analog, it gives you a different flavor. Like, it allows, honestly, the music feels more real. It like gives a different life to it, because it's the pure form.
Right.
Like, you're getting the sound without the computer interfering. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So those things, still necessary, but a lot of people don't use them that much anymore. That's why everyone has like the computer, and it's the studio. Like,
Technology.
once you have this, you can record the whole album on your computer with nothing else. Yeah,
That's
so
incredible. Okay, so you've been doing different music, an album.
So I did an album, which is done, and I made an EP as well. It's also finished. And then right now I'm just like making some new records, just messing around. So like the beat we were listening to, I'll play like a little vibe like this. Is just something I just started working on a few days ago. And so I'm gonna build it out But right now, this is just it. So I listen to this for a while. I try to catch like a vocal melody, and then I'll lay down the vocal melody. And after I lay down the vocal melody, I'll probably catch more melodies to play with instruments.
Okay.
But I like to put my voice down first so that I can make the music to my voice. Instead of just like, you know, some people just get beats and then they write to them.
Yeah.
But because I make all my music, it's like, I want it to feel like it all works with me and what I'm saying. So I say what I'm saying first and then I'll add music on top of that. But I always start with like drum and bass, guitar, have the chord, then I can write, then I'll add more to it.
I gotta say, I like this beat. I like this.
Yeah, man.
So
You wanna get in the booth? Yo, exclusive.
nobody wants
Fire
to
in
hear
the
this. Nobody wants to hear this. So this is the beat. So you already have the words for this.
No, I just been messing around with
around.
melodies. Even today, just some come to my head, but I have no words for this right now. So if you want to give me some, you can get it. You know, you get a little percentage.
I think percentage what? No.
You get a little percentage. But yeah, you know, it's stuff like that. And then as far as like songs like that are done, this is like a piece of the EP. I can play a piece like, there's a song called The Race, which I like. And this song is, I don't know if you know NERD or any other bands like that, but like Pharrell Williams, he had a band, NERD.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite bands, so I make music like that.
I know you feel it. It's in your head. I know you got someone that's
Wanna have fun.
in your bed. You feel me now? You see the shine. You put the work and then you got it over time. I had the love. We never nicked. You know your value and you getting your respect. You feel the fire.
You got the need.
I got you moving, this is what the stars read. How you get it, it's how you live. Are you gonna pull up for the kid? Are you alive? Are you a downer? If you love the girl, you should stay around her. Do she hold you down? Do she one time ya? You've been hiding now she gon' find ya. This is me, not overdose. This is flame, I want you to get exposed.
What you get, same thing. We're hitting grand slams in the big league.
Yeah. It's a little vibe, you know?
I like that. I can hear the NERD influence.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
One of my favorite bands for sure, so always. But yeah,
That's awesome.
like things like this, little switch up.
This one gon' hit you non-stop.
And we always want to add something that makes people feel a little bit like, yo, what is happening? You know?
Yeah.
Slightly. It's not to throw them off, it's just to get your brain to work. You know? A lot of people if you get used to, then you just know what's coming.
Yeah, you get the same thing.
Yeah, and then you just
switch it up.
So we like to switch it up real quick, come right back. A little vibe like that.
That's like the game. That's like the rhythm of a game.
Yeah. It has to flow, have different ups and downs. I think
you gotta.
it's important
slow,
that
then pop, pop, pop. You gotta do it.
yeah, it's important for it to like reflect life and reflect movement and feeling, you know. But yeah, got tunes. I'll play the next one.
Yeah.
This one is Palm Trees. It's a vibe as well.
When's the Galaxy theme song coming out?
Yo, that's what I'm saying, man. You're going to be on that one. I'll write your lyrics for you. I got you. I'll write them out.
So I can take you away from here. So let's go. Always around you. Forever there.
The bass line on this one is mean. It's mean. I don't think the sub's plugged in, but.
Boundaries don't make me feel home anymore.
I like that.
Yeah, this song was about hair. It was just like,
About here?
yeah, it's like, damn, really.
Hold on to what you got. Your effervescence won't fade away. Yeah, fade away. Your light won't die. No, not today. Yeah, not today. In the groove, stay on the groove. We got the world shaking.
I like that.
In the groove, we're all on the move. We're gonna keep it turning, baby.
Cool.
Okay. I see the man singing the lyrics. We good.
Yeah. Good songs. You pick up the lyrics quick.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and just like, remember like some Stevie Wonder songs or a lot of the older bands, they'll like put parts in the song for the audience to like sing.
Yeah.
And they used to just record them as well. And I feel like that's missing to where you're showing people like, this is how you enjoy it,
Yeah.
It's like, people just expect people to be like, no, learn my lyrics. No, show them. You could show them in the record as well. And Prince used to do that a lot, so I keep that going.
None better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you know it.
None better.
We'll give you a sing-along part for like 4 minutes. But yeah, man, so that's some of the EP songs and like I have album songs and everything, so I'll play one.
Can't mask it, this one is for the masses. All of who are blasphemes, take your hands in classroom. Niggas rock a big chain, dollar sign engraved on the skin said street slave, rolling up right past it. Shout out to my people who make larger advances and doing money dances, putting them in classes. I was only so high when this floor approached me and nobody approached. Means I do what I'm supposed to. This word is
And this song is like, it's about keeping your chin up through it all. So it's like all the adversity. It's like sometimes when you have your head high, a lot of people look down on that, look down on you being proud of yourself or being confident,
Oh yeah.
So it's just like in the chorus it's saying heads high has them feeling away. So just to say like my head being high has got a lot of people feeling away, Okay. And that's what it is.
So this is all you.
Yeah.
Versatile voice, man. You got so many different, sounds to your voice.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
Don't you ever double time me.
Yeah, it was difficult for a second, like having people not understand or accept that and wanting to have me like do one thing.
Right.
So for me, it was just like detaching from that and just like doing my own thing and just like taking that time to let it be like what it is and until everyone was ready for it.
Well, here it is. This is because obviously when we talk about that, everyone's saying you got to be singing reggae.
Of course.
Right? Yeah, of course, right?
Right.
Something like that. How do you approach them and step away from that and make them understand, no, I am more than that. I'm more than just what your expectation of me.
Yeah, man. That was a rough one. I had to make a call because it was like only getting like reggae opportunities to perform or if I had a song, that was slightly reggae, it would be, the people who were working on the team would want those to be the songs that come out. And I'd have all of this other music that I actually love, that I feel more. And I had to literally just like disappear.
Yeah.
Like completely, like honestly, like I didn't
They'll pigeonhole you.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
put you there. That's it.
I didn't play a next reggae show. I didn't take an interview. Like honestly, like I stopped doing everything, honestly, except for making music.
Like how long? How long did you step away from it?
Probably like 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
That's a big step. I mean,
yeah, man.
Were you worried that like?
I wasn't. The only
long?
reason I wasn't worried is because I knew like no one knew what I actually sound like.
Ah, okay.
Because they thought that everyone still thinks I do reggae probably just because of the 2 songs that are out and then my name, but no one actually knows what I do. So I felt like at any point it's still new. So like when I come out, it's gonna be fresh because no one knows.
That's cool.
But I mean, it takes patience, but I'm tired now. I'm like, yo, it's over. Time is up. I'm out. Coming for them. No,
ready.
Yeah, man, because I had to. And I mean, like, I do have dancehall type songs and vibes like that, but I just never actually made reggae just naturally. Like, and then like with my grandfather, like what he's taught me through like his music, but as well as interviews, is that find who you are, and be that. And I think that's such an important message that sometimes the people around don't think about that aspect of the message. That, yo, the whole point is to be yourself. You know what I mean? And I think it gets lost in just people just knowing something and just, oh, I know this, so if you do this, then I know what to do with it. But they didn't know what to do with me, man. So
That's the key point. They didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
You know, it's like, wait a second, we expect you to do this.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. So that
You
was
gotta step away.
had to. It was the best thing I did. And sometimes it's stressful just to be like, you know, you see movement, you see your friends on the go, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right, but I had to do it because if I didn't, I would literally just be thought of as something that I'm not. And to sit down and accept that it's just not me, and I'll be like fake. And you know, you play shows and you'll be on the road, but you're not doing what you love, so that's not the point. So yeah.
How'd the family take it?
They didn't like it either.
No, really?
Of course not, because you know, you wanna, like as I say, you know, it's that thing about what you know, and what you're comfortable with, right? It's just like, my songs kind of make people uncomfortable sometimes because they're like, yo, how is this coming out of him? Like, where did he get this energy from, or what's inspiring him, or what is it all about? Is it really him, or is he just trying to think? And it's just like, nah, B, like, this is what happens when music just comes through you. Like, you feel how you feel. And one thing I learned, like, through just research of like the brain and just like things I like to study is that, you know, we have all these emotions, and people sometimes expect you to when you're a creative, to stick to one of the emotions and just create that all the time. But it's like, my emotions come through sound and words and feelings. So every emotion has a different sound. You know, every emotion feels different. And then I figured out how to create that in one thing, like by, you know, taking stuff out, or like having a lot of rock here or like less there, and putting some hip hop with it, and then realizing, all right, that's too much of this and not enough of that. So then you just figure out the science behind it to then create like your own sound out of it all, you know? And yeah, the mission is to have my own sound that people know, oh, that's his sound. Like, it doesn't matter what anyone else says, that's his.
I think if they listen to your music, everyone will know they can't pigeonhole you. There's so many different sounds.
Yeah, like,
your voice is so many different
he's running
ways, you know? It's
can't
cool.
catch him.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I think that's great, man. That you went your own path and it's all coming to fruition.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. It means a lot, because that's kind of the thing you want to hear is like, you did all of that, and that's what it's for. It's for people to realize like, oh, it makes sense why you're doing that. Like, good job. You know what I mean? Instead of like,
good job. You
some people think you're wasting your time. You know, it's, well, family.
Yeah.
You know, you have family be like,
oh yeah.
You know, what are you doing? You know, wasting your time, stuff like that. But it's been a lot of that. Like, you know, I'll get a call like, so what are you doing? So how's your career going? And I'm like, I'm working. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. But
I feel you on that.
Yeah, man. So it's just patience and belief. I have a lot of that, so.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that I can understand it, because I came up in a time when there wasn't anything in soccer in this country. So doing stuff with soccer was like you said, what are you doing? You know, what are you going with? You know, so I totally understand that. It's good to see that it's coming together for you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. You knew me since I was 6, man.
I know.
Means a lot to hear that.
Did you all know that? Did anyone here know that? You know?
Yeah, that's actually crazy, man.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no, man. Don't worry, man.
No, man. Every time I think about that, I tell you, I do think about that time a lot. Every time, you know, whenever the U.S. play in Jamaica, that always comes up in my mind, you know, with the qualifiers there and everything. And that moment is probably one of the best moments I had in my soccer career outside of the, you know, being on the pitch.
Yeah, wow.
It was special.
For real.
It was special.
Love that, bro. That's amazing. That's beauty.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, man. I was like digging through boxes. I was like, I know where these pictures are.
Yeah.
Because I just moved, so all box says pictures. And I'm like, let me find a picture box. And I just dipped in there. They were right there, because we have them in our house, like before we moved. So we always have like all the pictures of like from Trenchtown, you know, all the football pictures are just always like on my desk. area. So I had those pictures out usually. Yeah, they're not like hidden. They're not dust. They out.
Yeah. So people got to realize that how important soccer is in your life. You know?
Yeah.
That's a big piece, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, if it wasn't, like, if I didn't leave Jamaica without, like, so I left, like, had no knowledge of, like, that I was moving to America. So I came to visit and didn't go back home. And, you know, we were kids,
How old were you?
13. So
13. Okay.
So at that time in Jamaica, they have different levels, like in high school, right? So you have Pepsi, and it's called Pepsi, like a league. So you have Pepsi League, and you have like Coca-Cola, and you go up, right? And these companies sponsor.
Wait a second, what was the top league? Sprite? 7-Up? What was
No.
that?
Coca-Cola
Coke,
was.
I was about to say,
right.
Coke's got to be
So
number
it's
one.
Pepsi.
All
You
right.
play Pepsi, and when you're young, you play Pepsi.
Okay.
And I left before the season started, but before that, bro, my dream, I used to just kick the ball on my wall, and every time I would do that, I always had a vision. And I remember this vision because it's the one vision that's stuck in my head forever. The ball comes back to me, man, I chest that up there, and bicycle kick, right? Boom, and then what would happen is my wall and like where I'm playing, like on the parking lot, just turns into a pitch. And it's just like a goal, and just like a crowd, and they're going crazy, you know? And like I just scored this big goal, but when I was a kid playing, like I would always see that when I'm playing. And so if I didn't leave, like I left. And when I came to America, there was no football, bro. Like for my age, like it was nothing. So I was very, very down, like depressed nearly. And then that's when music really took over in my life. Because before music, it was football only. Like I played drums. I never sang, never wrote. I just played drums. But I always played football every day. Like that was my mission. My dad had me ball. I used to sleep with the ball. I'm in the house dribbling the ball. Like he would say, "Oh, don't let me see without the ball." I have the ball everywhere I go. There's a ball in my car right now, all the time. I have the ball all the time. But I left and then just didn't have, you know. So then I didn't get to like play that part. But that's why I'm still very, very adamant about being involved in some way, because it's still a dream to help ball and just like do anything with football that can help. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
you know, it's a part of my life, like, dearly, honestly.
Not a bad combination.
Yeah.
Soccer, music, art.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of everything.
I'm a chef too, man. if you-
Chef
Yeah.
too. Huh? Oh wait. What type? Okay.
right.
What type of meals are you cooking? I'm not gonna pigeonhole you in a certain type. So what type of meals? What's your favorite to make?
Okay, my favorite to make. It's gonna probably be a nice garlic salmon, a nice filet mignon on the side as well, some garlic mash, you know, some greens. That's one thing. Then sometimes a fusion. I do the jerk. The jerk salmon is fire.
Okay. See, I thought you were gonna say jerk chicken, but jerk
No,
salmon.
the jerk salmon.
Okay. Done deal. Next one, he's making some jerk salmon. I gotta see
The
this.
jerk salmon.
There's a-
No,
I've
the
never
jerk
had
salmon
it. I'm gonna
is.
try this
Yeah,
out.
the jerk
Yeah.
salmon is crazy. The jerk salmon
Okay.
is crazy. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's one of my passions as well. It's kind of like whenever I'm not feeling like making any music, bro, I'll make food
Make food.
and just like vibe out with food. And just like,
Definitely the artist in you. You know, it's like you're always creating. You know,
yeah,
somehow, some way.
yeah. My mom used to be like, bro, don't put that with that in the kitchen, or my sister, like she'd be like, or like friends will come over and see stuff in the fridge and she'll be like, don't eat that. Daniel's he's thinking of something, like he's just putting things together in the kitchen. And I'm like, trust me, it's gonna make sense. And then I figured it out. Cause I had to teach myself, but I used to just try different things and like I'd think up like, all right, this must taste good with this. Like, let me figure out the recipe, how to make it work.
Did you have any failures where you're just like?
I used to have
"Ooh, that's not
failures.
good."
I used to have some failures. For sure. But then after a while, I was just like on point. Like my cook time is crazy. Everything is tender, juicy. Yeah, man. I'm actually mad. I might not. It's mad.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
No, it's crazy actually.
I thought you were saying you're actually getting hungry because I'm getting hungry now. You're listening to all this stuff.
Yeah, like a fried fish, whole fish.
dude.
That one, we have to put something together.
Oh yeah.
Cook
we'll,
up.
We'll get that.
It'll be tight.
We'll get that done.
It'll be tight for real.
Well, anything else you want to let us know about, or within the...
You don't know. It's been a pleasure, honestly, connecting with Galaxy and then connecting with you again. I don't know if you remember, I saw you at the Grove. You were eating those, probably you're busy. You was eating the Italian food spot.
Yeah, the one right on the corner.
Yeah, and I saw you, and I was like, yo, and I did say, yo, you remember me, blah blah blah, Ziggy son, whatever, and you kind of just was like,
I probably didn't hear you, dude.
yeah, man, he just hit me with one of those.
I big timed him. I big timed him.
Yeah, he was like, bro, you know who I am.
Oh no, that's not it. It's trying to remember because I was probably like,
No, but I was
I
like,
was like, what, Ziggy Schmidt? You know, I was like, what? You know?
no, I was like, yo, I have to see you again one day, and then this comes together, and it's just like, you know, it's cool when you see life actually happening, you know. You know, some of us, we don't just exist, you know, we actually live in it, you know what I mean? And that's good when you notice that, you know what I mean? That you actually live in it. Because it's me going after something I dream about, right? To then bring a circle back together. When you see that circle complete, it just opens up the door for new circles to be created. So it's beautiful, bro. It's actually crazy.
Well, support, you know, all the way through from me, Galaxy, everything. Hopefully that we can help in any way. You know, that's what it's all about for us.
Yeah, man.
It's about getting into the community and helping to expand the community relationship, but also just the individuals that we're working with. That's it. I mean, we want every, you know,
I'm there.
rising tide, baby. We're bringing
I'm
everybody
with
up.
the movement.
You know?
Yeah. That's what we need.
All right, thanks, man.
Bless
Thanks for the
that.
time.
Love.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Anything else from the outside? Anybody else want anything?
They got tears in their eyes.
No. I feel like an uncle to this man.
No, he was giving uncle vibes like, I'm so proud of you.
I am, dude. I love hearing stories like that and the people that I've met shortly from before, but just to hear that people are doing well. You know, it's very easy to be negative. You know, and how much negativity is going on in every aspect of life now. It's like you can't do one thing without something negative going on. So when there's positive stuff, you know, it's like why not? Either way, you're going to exert energy. So why not, you know, put it towards a positive vibe, you know, and be happy for people rather than just be like, oh, I don't want him doing anything, and then you're just angry yourself.
Right.
Like, hey, you keep doing it, and everyone just supports everybody.
That's necessary.
One thing that we find out, and I'm sure you've probably seen it, you know, and we've all seen it, is the people that are successful, you know, you find that somehow, some way in their past, if you look into it, they had people helping them, you know, and people supporting them, and they knew certain people, whatever, and they get that leg up, you know. So why don't we do the same thing? You know, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
All good.
facts.
All right. Thank you.
Man,
Thank you.
That was dope.